Hey, everybody, let's dig into what we've got going on in the crypto space. I just did the crypto minute and I was telling you about how Dr. Roslyn Layton dropped an article on Forbes, right? She's a Forbes contributor. And it was all about how XRP is treated totally differently than Ethereum by the SEC. That is not the problem, though. We know this. It was, from what I understand, it was an interesting article. I have not had a chance to read it. Why? Because Forbes took it down, so I've got to go search for it. I know somebody has it because they said they took screenshots. But Forbes took it down, and this is not the first time that they've made that kind of move. And I tell you this news because the big deal is actually that you know you have to pay attention to where you're getting your news, where you're doing your research, because yeah, that's not really dependable. Dr. Layton, if you would like to, I would more than be happy to get your article on our platform right now. Anyway, next up, the SEC. Just, can I say late to the game enough times? So we all know that South Korea is chasing after Do Kwon. They've traveled to Siberia to try, not Siberia, to Serbia to try to find him, because the rumors were that he was in that country. They have jurisdiction. Okay, Terraform Labs was domiciled in South Korea. Do Kwon is from South Korea, so there is a problem, right? But Gary Gensler and his idiocracy decides they're going to go after, Do Kwon and Terraform Labs, neither of which are domiciled here in the United States. He's not even in the United States, as far as I know. Don't you have something else to do? You do. You know what? Forget about if you have something else to do. My problem is that everything that happened with Terraform Labs and Do Kwon happened a long time ago. It happened before FTX. Where were you? Where were you? But you're supposed to be the overseeing body for crypto, right? You're not. You suck. It should be the CFTC. But that's just my humble opinion. Anyway, I think instead of wasting taxpayer money going after a company that you cannot reach, a person that you cannot reach, how about we focus right here and look at companies and organizations that are actually doing wrong right here in the United States? It seems to be very long for the SEC to actually react to something. I think this move is ridiculous. It's wasting time, wasting money. Let's go do something else. How about you dig deeper into FTX, right? Dig deeper into FTX and see what happened there. How about you dig deeper into FTX and find out why did they move to the Bahamas? Just just focus where you need to be focused. All right. Now, this doesn't happen a lot, but Joe Kernen and I, Joe Kernen from CNBC, we actually agree on something. We actually agree that Charlie Munger's views on crypto are at best pedestrian. The guy has a lot to say about crypto, about Bitcoin, and neither one of us believe that he's even read a book, read the first page of a book, and Joe Kerner said it on air. Yeah, I don't think he's read anything. I don't think Charlie Munger's read anything on crypto. He just thinks he knows it all. And here's my problem. Not only is he not educated on it, but if you can believe in the almighty dollar, how do you not believe in Bitcoin? I'm going to let that sit with you. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole with you. Just do a little bit of research on what the dollar is now, currently, and what Bitcoin is. Just do that. Just go do that research. You'll find it to be very interesting. Now, on February 1st, yeah, I think it was February 1st, I dropped a video and I told you about how Astar, the crypto team, the Astar inked a deal with or is working with Toyota, right? Well, they just got a really big boost. They're working with Sony as well for their Web3 incubator program. Now, you have to have an understanding about how things work in Japan. There's a lot of, it's legal collusion in Japan. So you have companies that team with other companies. So a popular team up really is Sony and Toyota and a few others. So I'm expecting there to be another drop that another company is going to be working with Astar. Now, given that Sony and Toyota are in bed together to make advanced chips, it doesn't shock me that they're in bed with Astar to, I don't know how to pronounce the name, that's why I keep flipping back and forth. But if they're looking at it from an efficiency perspective. So that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking there's going to be another company involved. So keep an eye out on that. And something else you should know, Astar is up over 179% year to date. Okay, that's something to pay attention to. They're now ranked in the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap. So am I going to jump on the bandwagon? FOMO in? No, I'm going to do a little bit more research and I'll probably pick up a couple of coins. And the reason why is because they've demonstrated they have real utility, they have real use case, they've got real following, and they're putting in the effort and the work to become successful. And by all rights, they are successful. So that's something for me to do on more research on. And I suggest that you do the same thing. Now, Japan has taken another step toward launching a CBDC, announcing their CBDC pilot program. And that's actually a very big deal because you're starting to see countries around the world say, oh, we're going to have a CBDC program. That's great that you're going to create your digital currency so that you can track everything that your citizens can do. Yes, they will get used. They will get used, and it's because people will have to use it. But people are also going to start thinking, well, if the government's tracking literally every penny I have, I might as well use blockchain. I might as well use own crypto. I might as well, Polygon, which is about to come out with ZKEVM. I might as well use Bitcoin that has Lightning, Bitcoin Lightning Network. There are so many things that I could be using for the transfer of funds on a global scale that actually do good for me versus using a CBDC that's only good for the government. Anyway, it's just my thoughts. I'll admit I have more research to do in CBDCs and how they're being implemented in each distinct country. Okay? Remember that. But I will say that there is something going on. And if you look at how some countries are moving away from the US dollar, you kind of want to pay attention to who's doing CBDCs, how they're being implemented, what platforms they're using to implement that. XRP seems to be high on the list. So that's what I'm paying attention to, is learning about that kind of space and what they're doing and how they're doing it and what the interoperability will be between the CBDCs. Remember, China is looking to create a platform that will make it easier for CBDCs to maneuver together. A major bug has been found in the next Ethereum upgrade, Shanghai, right? So that means that it could be delayed. I'm not saying it will be delayed. I'm saying it could be delayed, right? And that's that's the whole point of how they test. That's the whole point, is to find bugs. And they found the bug before release. Perfect. They'll get on it, they'll fix it, remediate, test, and then launch. That's what I'm expecting. It's just, how much does this major bug set them back is the question. But that does make me shine more light on Ethereum's ZK rollups upgrade known as ZKEVM. Why? I told you yesterday, speed, scalability, and damn near free to maneuver things on Polygon. I want you to really stop and think about that. So I own a web hosting company, Rebel Reach, and we've got a payments platform, and a part of that payments platform is crypto. It's native crypto. We're the only company that has a native crypto implementation, meaning if somebody buys something from your store and you set a price, that transaction is between you two. It doesn't go through us. It goes between the two entities, which means you get all your money. Now, the reason why that's important is because one of the coins that we're actually using, this first announcement, one of the coins we're actually using is Polygon. Of course, there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, but the third is Polygon. And we're expecting Polygon to take off, right? It's how simple it is. We actually have a little lady in Virginia has her little thing, Styles by Paula, and you can actually purchase her jewelry with crypto. That's kind of cool. I thought it was really cool because she's she's a retired young lady. Okay. And I think it's really cool that a retired young lady actually understands all this stuff. So for all you people that are not doing your own research, get on it. All right. We should get to the numbers. And we're not going to dive too far into the numbers because today there is a lot going on. And we saw the big jump yesterday, and now we're seeing a pullback today. But I want you to pay attention to how it's pulling back and why it's pulling back, okay? We got producer price index numbers yesterday, and the market did not, look at it well. And then you had Bullard and somebody else come out speaking. He's a president he's a president of FOMC, one of the presidents, right? And I sat there and I said, he's speaking the truth. And the markets knew it. The markets knew that beforehand, okay? And what the markets knew is that PPI came in higher and hotter than what everybody expected, all right? And because it came in higher and hotter than everybody expected, it says that they really might have to hike 50 basis points next time, meaning you can't rule out that decision. And that's going to have an effect on the market. But how does the market react after that? Does it start to bake everything in? And it will, the same way the crypto market has. So when you look at the fear and greed index, we're still heavily in the greed section. Yesterday, I think it was 62. Today, it's 61. So we're still in greed, right? DeFi Llama, we're at 66 instead of 60. And when we look at Bitcoin, well, looky here. We blasted through right here. If you follow the crosshairs, we blasted through 23,417. I keep telling you that's my number. Blasted through going up. And on the way down, we touched right there. We touched down a little bit below, but then we went back up. I need to see that stay there. It needs to stay there. Something else that happened yesterday, we shot up and we went a hair over the 25,210 number that we have. Both of those are significant. However, we need to be able to sustain above 23,417 to reestablish that as a floor. Okay? Once we do that, then I will buy in. Until then, I'm expecting a little bit of a dip. And I'm going to keep buying in on those dips. I pointed out to you right here, and I pointed out to you right here. And then we shot up. I'm expecting to come back down. And is it going to be coming back down a lot? I don't think so. But I do expect that every time you see a major pop rise, you're going to see a little bit of a pullback. Take your profit if you want. I took a little bit of a profit, and now I'm waiting, and I'll go back in, maybe into Astar. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope you're having a great day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.